Poppin' YouTube fam, and welcome back to my channel. I go by the name of Desi Got Bars, and this is As Told by Desi. So if you're here from the previous video, we're gonna interrupt that story time because something just happened to me this past week, and I just want to tell y'all about it. So if you don't know anything about me personally, I travel like on a regular basis from where I live, which is Brooklyn, New York, to South Carolina. So because I go there like, I don't know, 3 times a month, I get on the bus. Like I take my cat with me, I take Roger with me. That's one. I carry a lot of things with me because I stay for, however long I want to stay, and then, I leave when I have to leave or whatever. I also like own a crib down there that is hell trying to get together. Like right now as we speak, my yard looks like the jungle. But my grass is getting cut tomorrow. That has nothing to do with this story time, but I'm just saying my life is just all over the place. So I do use the bus to travel on a regular basis. Roger, leave my stand alone. On a regular basis, back and forth, just because it's cheaper. So I've been doing that for, I don't know, years now. Like I've been using the Chinese bus, not the Greyhound, because Greyhound is a hassle. I actually recently took the Greyhound as well from Atlanta to South Carolina, and it was trash. They were late. I had to pay like $50 extra to get my bag on the bus, and because I was getting on Greyhound from Atlanta to Greenville, I couldn't bring my little baby. I couldn't bring my cat, and I did not like that. Like I wasn't feeling it. I was worried about him. Of course, I had my best friend here who came and fed him, which shout out to her again. I really appreciate it. My baby needed a little cat sitting. Like he wasn't gonna make it for 4 days without mama. So anywho, into the story. So I take the bus on a regular basis, and this has never ever before happened to me. But however, on my way from Greenville, we got pulled over. Yeah, I know that. Honestly, at first I was just like, what the fuck, this nigga speeding or something. And I had literally just got on the bus. Like I hadn't even been on the bus for 10 minutes. So they just picked me up, literally. We on the bus for like 10 minutes, and then the boys come, and I'm probably gonna insert a video. I don't know, there's space right here. So over here of actually when we got pulled over or whatever. So we get pulled over, and I'm not really worried about it. I'm clowning because like I'm chilling. At this point, I don't even got no alcohol. I usually, get a little alcohol with me or whatever, which I don't even know the laws of like bringing alcohol on the bus, but nobody had alcohol, so people was chilling. However, about 5 to 10 minutes later, they get back on the bus, and they're like, yeah, okay, we about to check everybody for drugs. Everybody, when I tell you, everybody around me just started looking crazy, like, what? Like, we about to get checked? So, me, again, I'm still sitting there chilling because, like, I don't have nothing. I don't even have, like, a beer or wine cooler. Like, I was dry on this trip, and everybody who knows me knows, like, yes, I smoke, but for the most part, I smoke in my home state because back home smoke legal, so like nobody can tell me nothing in my city about my weed. I just be chilling, and when I go to South Carolina, I be with my kids, so like no time to really smoke. So I was sitting there like, damn, that's niggas about to get their weed took or whatever. Like, so basically they, the police get on the bus, and he said he about to check everybody for drugs. But then he's like, we really just looking for ounces. We looking for weapons. So if anybody wants to speak up for anything under an ounce that's their personal use, then, you know, you can go ahead and account for your stuff now. So when he said that, like, everybody on the back of the bus, which I was sitting like closer to the back, but not close enough to that bathroom. And if you ride the Chinese bus, you know why. So like, I was sitting like close to the back or whatever. And so everybody back there was like raising their hands or whatever to account for their weed. So the police officer, it was two of them. The lady stayed in the front, and then the man came in the back and he started checking everybody. So I'm sitting maybe 6 to 10 people from the back. So eventually he gets to me. He's like, "You mind if I check your bag?" And I'm like, "No, go ahead." He was like, "So it's nothing in here?" I'm like, "Nope, nothing illegal." So for some strange reason, he was fascinated by my edge control, which I mean, I don't know. He looked at it, he held it up, he opened it, and he was like, "What do you use this for? Is this like hair gel?" And I was like, basically it's hair gel for like your edges, for the front of your hair. And he was like, "Oh, okay." And he closed it, he put it back, and you know, he went through everybody. It was pretty, you know, non-incidental. Like, everybody who raised their hand and spoke for their little weed, like, he left them alone. But when he got to the front of the bus, like, he did get to arguing with one chick or whatever, and some guy, which, no, he got to arguing with two girls and a guy, which one of the girls and the guy, they took them off the bus, which for a second I thought like they was arresting them something, but basically they took them off the bus, they took their information, they gave them little weed tickets, and they took their weed. And so son gets back on the bus, he's mad, he like, "We got to be on the bus for 14 hours, and like he done took everybody weed." And so I'm looking around because I didn't really know like what they was doing with everybody else, because while all this was going on, mind you, I was also like on the phone. So I wasn't really checking for like what they was doing to other niggas, because like it didn't really matter. I was an innocent civilian this day, so I was chilling and enjoying being an innocent civilian, honestly. So yeah, so I turned around and I looked at the guy like sitting across from me, because before we had even matter of fact, I'm lying. As soon as the boys get on the bus, the nigga passed me his phone. He like, "Don't read this out loud. Do I have roll up?" Sir, you don't think this is a bad time to be talking about this? But anyway, so I knew he had weed or whatever. So I turned and I looked at him. I also seen him raise his hand. So I was like, "They took your weed?" And he was like, "No." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." So I guess they just took whoever didn't admit to having weed. Like, I guess they snatched their weed or whatever. So they check everybody, blah, blah, blah. They take the people, get them weed tickets. We on our way. I thought it was over. You would think it was over. It ain't over. It ain't over. It ain't over. Like, so the rest of the bus ride goes off without incident. Honestly, we take our little stops. The people that was sitting around me, basically none of them, I guess, had roll up, because in Atlanta they don't be having Fonto or whatever. And I don't know, I always have Fonto and papers with me, just because even when I don't have like weed or whatever, and I'm not traveling with weed, when I do get around like my friends or whatever, and they from down south or they live down south, like, I'm not smoking swishers with y'all. Like, I can't do it. Roll this. Like, so I generally always have like papers and Fonto with me. So yeah, so everybody around me or whatever that was sitting around me, they needed roll up, so I gave it to them. So at every bus stop, like, niggas was smoking with me, so I was good. I was chilling. Like, we get back to New York, they open the bottom of the bus. Why? When I get somebody to get on the bus and pull because of course my for some reason my suitcase always on the wrong side of the bus for it to be on my side when they open the bottom of the bus. If you understand what I'm saying, you know, like, it's obviously two sides to a bus, so both sides open, but the side that they be parking on, my suitcase always be on the other side. And if you ever rode the Chinese bus, it is not Greyhound. They are not courteous. because it's not getting on the under the bus to get your bag. You gotta get up under there. It's maybe like it's one driver that I'm like cool with, because I told you I've been riding this bus for years and I do it like several times a month. So it's like one, maybe two drivers that I'm cool with that literally they put my bag on the bus for me and they take my bag off and be looking at me like, who do she think she is? It's just because I'm cool with those particular drivers or whatever. But in general, not courteous. They is not getting your stuff, mamas. So some guy was under there getting everybody's suitcase. I was like, can you push that suitcase right there? So he pushes my suitcase out. Unbeknownst to me, the police was under the bus searching the bus, which again, I absolutely had nothing, like not a thing on, like nothing illegal, nothing for them to be worried about on me. However, I do keep a lock on my suitcase because if you know me, you also know that I like to buy a lot of expensive stuff, and I'm not bragging, I'm not boasting. Like, I save up to buy my expensive stuff, and I like it. So like if I see something and I like it, I'll be like, yo, I'm getting that in 2 weeks. I'm getting that. That's just it. So it's not even no boasty type stuff. If you want it, it's a way for you to obtain it, trust me. But anyway, so like I also traveled to Atlanta for a video shoot. So I really had like dang near all my designer stuff with me. Like everything, my Dolce Gabbanas, my Jimmy Choos, like my Chino sandals, like I had it all with me. And so like my suitcase was like, my laptop was also in there, like my ring light, like all my little equipment and stuff. So generally when I travel, I lock my suitcase just because I know for a fact my suitcase is how I left it. You understand? So these is the police, instead of getting on the bus saying, who has the pink locked suitcase, we need you to unlock your suitcase so it can be checked. Because if they had went in the suitcase and it was drugs and it was bricks in that bus, they would have got on the bus and found out who shit it was then. So like, instead of them doing that, they literally ripped the whole zipper off my suitcase, y'all. So here I am in Chinatown in New York on the sidewalk with my suitcase ripped wide open, like wide open, lock still attached to the zippers and all, just for the ultimate fucking disrespect. Like, I would have rather y'all cut the lock. The lock was $7. That suitcase was $120. And speaking of which, I haven't been in the mood, but I'm definitely going to the bus station today to find out where that was they pulled us over at, because I need compensation. I wasn't doing not a damn thing wrong. And y'all ain't have no reason to rip my damn suitcase like that. Like, I work hard and pay for my stuff for it. No ma'am, no sir. Y'all will definitely be running the check. I'm definitely gonna get down to that today. But anyway, so that's not even the whole story. So I'm in Chinatown out here on the sidewalk, and I'm like, shit, I can't even get on the train with this, which the train is 20 minutes from my house from the bus, which is usually how I get there. Unless I'm running late, then I just take Uber, which is not really that expensive because I use Uber all the damn time. So Uber there is like 30, 40 bucks. Not a thing. So I'm like, damn, I'm gonna have to take an Uber. I also forgot to mention that this whole bus ride, none of the outlets on the bus work, which really has never happened. I can honestly say this is probably the worst bus ride I have had from them, and I've been riding religiously with them for like 3 or 4 years. So I don't know, like, I guess I was due a bad trip. So, Roger, will you leave my hair alone? Like, yo, excuse me. My kitten, like, these pom-poms drive him crazy. He literally be trying to rip my hair off my scalp. Stop, get out of here. Trying to, like, play with my hair. He's scratching up my legs. It's killing me. But anyway, so the plugs on the bus did not work. I repeat, did not work. So a whole 14-hour trip, my phone is like dead. Mind you, when I got on the bus, my phone was like 15%. So I opened my phone to get on Uber. My phone is on 1%. As soon as Uber opened, You guessed it. Phone cuts off. So now, my phone is dead. I'm stuck out here with a broke suitcase. And did I forget to mention that I am the type of female that never, ever has any cash. Unless I'm going somewhere that I know for, like, only takes cash. Like, when I take my kids to the skating rink, like, I know to bring cash. Get off of there. Because they only take cash. But besides that, like, I'm not walking around with not $1 on. You will not even find 2 pennies to rub together in my purse. I literally keep all my money on, like, Cash App, Venmo, you know, in my bank account. Like, it's an electronic world. But I need to stop doing that. So anyway, you know, it's cabs, but they're like 2 blocks away going down Canal Street. Like, where I'm at is like dead right out of the reach of the cabs coming down, because you know they take cards in the yellow and green cabs. So like, I'm just out of like saving range basically. So I'm in despair, and also my nail was broke. And I know y'all probably like, girl, nobody. But like, if you know me, then you know I'm a pretty resourceful. The way my nail was broke, like, I'll insert a video of that as well, probably right here. So like, the way my nail was broke, like, I could not even drag my suitcase up the block to charge my phone, because the bus station was like a block and a half away. Why they do not drop you off in front of the bus station, I don't know. But we're gonna have to talk about that, because like, I could have been saved if they just dropped us off in front of the bus station. I could have dragged my little suitcase right in there, plugged my phone up, and ordered me an Uber, and like been home in like 5 seconds. So I tried to drag my suitcase. I almost killed myself, because my nail was like broke past the quick, but the whole tip of the nail was still on it. Like, it was weird. But I would have injured myself trying to do that. So that wasn't working. And you know, I mentioned it several times before, but I am from New York. I live in New York. I'm from New York. You cannot ask somebody for a ride and tell them stop you by the ATM, or you gonna pay them if they go around the corner. They're not letting you in their car. If they don't know you, it's not happening. So I asked like 1 or 2 people. They was not jacking that. None of the bootleg cab people who was out there took card. Everybody kept coming to me like, oh, you don't have cash? We take Cash App. And I'm like, my phone is dead. Do you have a port in your car? They'll walk off. Like, so rude. So finally, like, this girl walks up to me, and she's like, damn, that's messed up that they did your suitcase like that and your phone dead. She was like, I'm waiting on my grandmother, and she's coming from I think she said she was coming from like Mount Vernon, which, if you know anything about New York, that's like right above the Bronx, or like it's the most highest obscure point to the Bronx, dang near before you get upstate. So yeah, so it was gonna take her a little while. She was like, yeah, my grandmother probably is not gonna take you anywhere, but you can use my phone. And so she gives me her phone, and her phone is on 30%. So I'm like, cool, I'm gonna get on Facebook, and I'm gonna call my mom's and get her to send me an Uber, and I'll just pay her when I get home. Yo, I'm just useless. I'm useless. Why I couldn't remember my Facebook password, yo? Kept trying to log in. Could not figure out my Facebook password at all. At all. So I'm like, well, dang, let me try Instagram or whatever. Oh, no, before I even thought to try Instagram, I was like, you know what? Let me just call the car service and see if they take card or whatever. Because at this point, I will give them my card information and just cancel the card when the hell I get home. Because, like, I don't like giving out my card information over the phone or to anybody where I'm not there watching to see what they doing with my card information. Because, like, this is the era of the scammers. And, like, you're not getting nothing for free off me. No go. Not happening. So I was, you know, the girl is on Wi-Fi. Her phone is not on. And like, I'm not even gonna talk junk, because she was nice enough to let me use her phone. And we've all been there before. Hell, I've been there before. I've had a phone and been using it on Wi-Fi. So I can't even call nobody. I'm like, dang. All right, let me try to get on Instagram. Let me not sit here and be like, woe is me. Because at this point, I honestly started worrying, like, how the I'm going to get off this corner? Like, How? So I get on my Instagram and I'm like, who can I hit up? Who can I hit up? Who can I hit up? So I hit up one of my homeboys who has a car, who actually lives not that far from me. I hit him up. Then I'm like, dang, why I don't hit up my best friend? So I hit my best friend up. I text her and I'm like, yo, it's an emergency. I'm stuck at such and such. And I give her the address to where I'm at. And I need a Uber to my crib or whatever. And I'm going to pay you back when I get in the house. My phone is dead. Like, I'm going to cash app you when I get in the crib. So I forget my best friend has some type of vendetta against Uber. So she does not have Uber on her phone. She only uses car service. She don't have Lyft. She don't have none of that. She only uses car service. So she's like, oh, I don't mess with Lyft. I mean, I don't mess with Uber. I can't, blah, 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 blah. So at this point, it's like, girl, if you text me and told me you was in an emergency, like, girl, I'm going to download Uber and I can delete it. And my protest of Uber can continue after you get your ride, sis. Like, but anyway, so she was like going on her rant about Uber, and I'm like, girl, oh, I forgot a part. So mind you, I told you when a girl handed me her phone, it was 30%. So when I do get on Instagram, I try to call my best friend, like video call her, to show her like what's going on or whatever. Why, as soon as my best friend pick up the phone, the girl phone cut off and cut back on. Now it's on 2%. Yes, now the girl phone on 2%. So it's like an urgent situation here when I'm talking to my best friend. If y'all don't understand why I'm like, girl, because she was like asking me stuff that honestly I feel like if somebody I wasn't close with or a stranger hit me with a story like that, which I know it's crazy, and you have to hear the whole situation to understand like why I was in that situation. So I get it, like if I was hitting somebody I wasn't close with, but girl, you my best friend. Why are you asking me questions like I'm like we ain't cool like that? Like, why you don't just plug your phone up? Girl, do you think I would be on Instagram talking to you about needing a ride from someplace if it was just as simple as plugging my phone up? Like, girl, you know me, I ain't slow. If it was that simple, I would just go plug my phone up, period. So that kind of ticked me off a little bit. But so we going through this little back and forth thing, and I'm like, girl, this girl phone is dying, my phone is dead, my suitcase is broke wide open, I cannot get up the block, down the block, nowhere. I need a ride from where I am at right now. So finally she comes up with the bright idea. She's like, you know what, I'm gonna call you a car service, and you just tell them to stop by the ATM or whatever on your way home, you can pay them. Now, if you from New York, you know when you look like this, and mind you, I'm gonna just go ahead and throw it out there. My best friend, she white. Sometimes she don't be understanding. But anyway, you know when you this color, you cannot be telling these car services that you are gonna pay them later. So I'm just praying that when she called them, that she don't tell them that and they tell her no, like they not coming. So she gets a car service. They come in like 20 minutes, which is how far I told you my neighborhood is from. Get off my wall. Sorry. Like, this cat is really crazy. I have like music notes and stuff on, like over here my wall is really playing, but over there like I have dwindling music notes because this cat is always up there on my wall ripping down my music notes. Hey, get down. Now he trying to rip my poster up, pop smoke. Like, don't disrespect the smoke. But anyway, so she gets a car service. They 20 minutes away, which is how far my neighborhood is from where I take the bus from. So I'm like, cool, they coming. And mind you, the girl phone dying. Then her grandmother messages her on her Facebook or whatever and tells her like she's 15 or 20 minutes away. So I'm like, dang, I hope my car service get here before this girl leave with her phone, because like after that I'm really, really stuck out here. Like that was literally the only person that kind of did something to, you know, help me out or whatever. So I'm waiting. Then I hit my friend up, like, because the girl grandmother dead gets there before the car service, but only like literally 3 minutes before the car service came, the girl grandmother got there. So she's like, I'm not gonna just you know, get in the car and drive off. Message your friend and ask her like how far the car is from here, like, and make sure you good. And so the girl was like really, really nice. I want to say her name was Ashley, because I'm bad with names. So shout out to Ashley from Mount Vernon. You a real one. So anyway, my car service, I messaged my friend, and like right after I messaged her, the car service pulls up. So I thank the girl. I log out my Instagram. I tell my friend the car service is here, which the message never sent, I guess, because I hurried up and logged out my Instagram from off the girl phone. But I got in the car, and this is gonna be politically incorrect for me to say all of this, but I'm gonna just go ahead and throw it out there. I'm Black. I'm never gonna be anything but Black. I grew up in the Black culture, the Black community, and also I'm just a Black woman. My mother's Black, so I don't be trying to be Black when it's convenient for me. So please do not think that. However, I will say this: I was relieved to see that my driver was Hispanic, because Hispanic people look out for other Hispanic people. And my father's side of the family, they are Hispanic. And I don't like to tell people that, because after that I get all the, I knew you wasn't Black. Like, do you see this bell pepper nose? Sis is Black, very much so. And I love being Black and would never want to be anything but Black, except for in this instance right here, where I needed this Spanish man to help me. So I muster up my little bit of Spanish that I do know, because I didn't grow up around my father, so I did not learn Spanish from him. Duolingo taught me Spanish, and I learned it so I could talk to my grandmother, because her English is not so good. And I only got one living grandmother, and if I got to learn Spanish to talk to her, I'm going to do that. So that's neither here nor there. So I get in the car, and I'm like, thank God this man is Spanish. So he gets out, he helps me with my bag, and when I get in the car, I'm mustering up the little bit of Spanish that I do know, and I'm telling him like, when we get to my neighborhood, or when we get to, I think I said when I get to my house, because like I said, my Spanish is very limited. So I said when I get to my house, I need to go by the cash machine, because I do not know how to say ATM in Spanish. So I said cash machine to pay you, because my phone is dead. I explained the situation. I just held my phone out because honestly, I know how to say phone, but muerte is dead. So I was telling him my phone is dead, and I was holding the phone out, like showing him my phone is dead, and I just have an ATM card, and I need to go get him money. And I also told him like I would give him extra money if he would help me carry my suitcase in my building to the elevator, because like I live on a low floor in my building, and my house is literally right in front of the elevator. So if he could get me to the elevator, like, sis is good, I'm great. So he agrees to do so. He charged me like $15 extra to take my suitcase upstairs, which I didn't mind. I was just glad that he was willing to help for a little fee. I was still obliged for the help. So he stopped. We get to my neighborhood, so I'm relieved. I'm like, thank God, Duolingo just saved my life. So, you know, we get to my neighborhood, and he's asking me like where to stop, and I'm telling him, you know, stop at the block right before my crib, because that's another thing, the nails, y'all. Outside of my neighborhood, I can't get my cards out the ATM. Like, it's a store right here, and then the bank up by the train, the Chase. Like, those are the only two ATMs that I can use by myself. So, like, I would have really been in a pickle if the man would have been like, no, we stopping at the ATM right around the corner. Like, I would have been able to get the money, but then I would have had to entrust a stranger to pull my card out the ATM, which is, like, dangerous in these streets. Like, you don't want to put your money in somebody else's hand. Which, another thing I was telling my friend, like, girl, I'm really in a horrible situation, because I can't even really tell somebody, like, watch my bag, because who's to say I don't go around the corner? As soon as I go around the corner, they start looking at my stuff. I was about to curse, caught myself. I'm getting better. So who's to say when I walk around the corner, like, they not gonna just start looking at my stuff, shopping, like, and then when I come back, like, it's gone. Cause like all my most prized possessions was in there. Like, the only thing that wasn't very important to me that was in that bag, with only 3 things: my kids, my cat, and well, that's only 2 things. My kids and my cat. That was the only thing they would have not got had they have went through my suitcase. So I was like, girl, I cannot even leave this bag here. Like that's a dub. I can't do it. So the man was nice enough to stop at the ATM in my hood. Like I gave him the $60 because the ride was like 45, which I was just so happy to be home because I was starting to feel like I was never ever gonna get home, like ever. So I got home and, you know, I called my best friend to tell her like all the juicy details. Of course, she was on the phone and didn't answer. And by the time she called me back, I had took my behind to sleep. Like I slept the whole bus ride there, but that ordeal, that took a lot out of me. So, I forgot to mention, because honestly, I was gonna release this on Friday for like F-Boy Friday, which is a thing I'm doing, which I might blank this part out because, you know, people love to steal your ideas. But anywho, that's neither here nor there. I asked the bus driver, like, eventually when we got to the next stop, like, well, why did they pull you over for? Like, was you speeding or something? Why this man said somebody called in a tip, say guns and drugs on bus. I was like, what? And to make the story even juicier, I feel like it was somebody that I knew who called trying to be funny. That's the crazy part. Like, they called trying to be funny. I don't know if they thought, like, I really be traveling around, foul, and living a crazy life. But your girl really do not be doing nothing. So, like, that was just foul for the rest of the people on the bus. I honestly felt bad for the people who got their weed and stuff took, because that was crazy for like no reason, because somebody was trying to be spiteful, honestly. So, you know, that's it for this story time. Your girl made it home safe. I'm happy. The next story time I tell is probably gonna be how I got banned from Black Ink. Yeah, I know. I've been banned from better places, but, you know, I'm gonna tell you all about it because it kind of runs into another story time about another F-boy that I know. So, you know, it's just, we're gonna keep the stories juicy around here. But until next time, you know, y'all stay up, be safe out here, watch who you let in your business. This is why I don't post on social media what I be doing, where I be going, because people is crazy and they spiteful and they'll try to get you caught up in some mess, like, for nothing. Because anybody who know me know I mind my business. So anyway, until next time, it's your favorite Brooklyn girl, Desi Got Bars, and I'll be coming back next time with some more juicy story times. Please tell me why my bus. I ran out of space in the video, so I decided to add a clip of how my suitcase looked once I got home. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. He missed me, y'all. Okay, look at it. Like, they ripped the whole bag. Like, mind you, they could have just got on the bus and asked whose bag it was and asked me to open it. Like, because if they had found some shit. But I checked for all my shit, all my important shit, and it all seemed to be here, so.